ready to get started. Let me make sure I have everything I need. All right. Okie doke. So we are doing these next 2 sessions so that you can go away on your vacation. Are you excited for that? You excited for your vacation? What are you doing again? You're going on a cruise? That's nice. Do you know where you're going?
Yes.
Where?
2 places in Mexico, and then going to the Bahamas.
Very nice. Okay. That's awesome. And you're going with like your mom and dad and your who else?
My mom and my dad and my titi, my tío, and my stepdad and my tío's friend.
That's fun.
And his cousin.
Awesome.
I think
that's a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
But I think their friend and his cousin are going on a different plane. I don't know.
Okay. Got it. Sounds good.
But we're all going on the same cruise, of course.
All right. So I remember from our last session that you said you wanted some reading. You like do some reading passages and then answer questions. And that's like pretty much all we're going to be doing today. It's a decently long test. So I will tell you all of the directions we need, anything you need to know.
That's good because then it will like take almost my whole thing.
It'll go by fast. That's right. Yeah. You got it.
Then we'll have like 20 minutes.
Yeah, you got it. So I have our test here. This is the Jennings IRI for the record. And then this is going to be an assessment to try to find your reading level. Cool. So we're going to test your reading out loud. We're going to test your reading silently. And I'm going to be over here taking notes. So don't worry about these. I'm going to have a bunch of different marks on the paper. So don't even worry about the marks. Just worry about trying to do your best. I know. I have different marks marking different things. Okay? All right. So I'm just going to fill this out. And we're doing this. Okay. So we are going to start off with the word list test, okay? So I'm going to give you a bunch of lists of words, okay? Just what it's called, a word list. And you're going to read down this column and then down this column, okay? All right. So for each word, I am going to listen to how you say it. If you pass a certain amount of time, I'm going to give you about 2 seconds to read the word. I will say move on, or I'll read the word to you, and then you'll just keep reading, okay? So the goal is to read right through, like those big papers that we do in school that have a bunch of words that you try to read in a minute, right? You time it. Same thing. So keep going past. If I say the word children, you just try to read the next one, okay?
Wait, so are you gonna like put a time up, or are you gonna?
No, I'm just gonna have it in my head.
So you're gonna say 1, 2, and I have to do that.
Right, I'm gonna think it in my head. I'm not gonna say it, but you just read it, and if you take like 2 seconds before you say it, I'll read it.
I think for like the bigger words, it might take me longer, but wait,
You think 2 seconds is short, but it's a long time. But hold on, let me just make sure I'm.
Like a long time to do words, not like a long time to like get ready and get changed and brush your hair and everything.
Right.
In different ways.
So if you do pass the 2 seconds, I will like do a cue and you can read it. You can take your time reading it. But if you have a hard time, I'll tell you the word and we'll move on. Okay?
So if I like get it wrong, then you'll just tell me that to read it.
You got it. Okay? Without a time.
Yeah. you have to, it would be hard. I feel like, how are you gonna cut? You have to like cover your ears too.
We have
One,
Alright. Alright, are you ready?
mm-hmm.
Alright, so we are gonna start at wordless C, okay? And then we are gonna keep going as high as you can go, okay? One sec. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm gonna have timer here, just in case.
Can I take a break, like in between saying the word, or do I have to say other children say grandma, mommy,
Well, you can breathe. Just read it as fast as you can.
other children say, like I can take like deep breaths before I don't have to go. Other children say grandma, come in.
You got it.
That's how I had to do it in my second grade class. Well, like I didn't have to, but that's the way that you should do it so that it would be quicker because we are timing it for one. And what happens if? Oh wait, no. Here.
All right. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Sorry. I think I have to make sure I have the right papers here. Okay, dog. All right. You ready?
Yes. Ready?
Yes.
And you're ready.
Right. You may go.
Other children stay. Grandma, coming, family, leave, chairs, watch, brother, bake, cake, party. Noise, bark, stuck, desk, doctor, tiger, still, hurt, leg, soon, again.
Good job. All right, stop. Hold on. Because these are each separate, okay? Good job. That was awesome. All right.
all of them correct except for sound. I got all of them
Yeah,
correct.
and yes.
Yeah.
You just skipped that one, or you didn't know it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Good. Because, well, you read it after, right?
Yeah. Sounded? That's the word?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think that was even a word. Oh, it sounded like. I thought it was like sounded. Sounded like.
Nope. Okay. Now we can move on to the second one.
Okay. So,
Right, ready? Go.
camp year spent whole week packed. Clothes, dress, brush, teeth, kitchen, eggs, toast. Seen forever, 100 short shirt, tent, new teacher, world, playground, classroom, card.
Good job.
I get any wrong?
No, that was
Does it get easier or
I
harder?
think it's harder.
Oh.
Right? Oh,
Wait,
you may flip it.
Okay. Oh, this looks harder.
All right, ready? Go.
Miserable, chosen, parents, study, harbor, discover, unusual, seaweed, dusk, underwater, camera, capture, film. Accident, maple, excitement, dangerous, underneath, screeched, rescue, arrived, bandage, reported, information, passengers.
Good job.
Did I get all of them except for one?
Yeah. You read super fast. So seaweed, you just hesitated a little bit, and then capture, you said camp. Sure.
Okay.
It's okay.
Capture.
So that was
Is this probably like the big test that you're talking about?
yeah, this is part of it.
This is only part of it. And if we just did this the whole time, it would take us like 30.
All right. You're reading really, really well. All right. Are you ready? Let's make sure you have it.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Did
We just did measurement,
Hold on.
chosen, parents. Yeah, capture and capture.
Yeah.
I got.
Yeah.
And dangerous.
So you can flip.
Okay.
All right. I want you to, there's no rush, okay? So just read it regularly, like you're reading a story, okay? It's not timed like the entire thing.
Champion.
Mhm.
Skater. Instruct. Ladybug. Approval. Performer. Junior. Compets. Competes. Article. Brilliant. Brilliant. Athlete. Confident. Countless. Represent. National. Permanent. Slopes. Convex. Daybreak. Icicles. Mountainside. Challenger. Gear. Sunrise. Disappointment.
Good job. All right.
Disappointment.
You did a couple here. Let me just count them.
You just did that.
Yeah.
We're this
One set. Almost. Yep. Almost.
It's almost time, so almost
You excited?
So I just have to see you tomorrow.
Mhm.
No, finish.
All right. You ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I skip the words if I don't know them?
Yeah.
Ready? Sun up. Embarrassment. Frustration. Drainage.
I want you to give it a try if you don't know it. Okay.
Drainage. Power. Infective. Downpour. Alternate. Rainwater. London. Mid-afternoon. Inspection. Enterprising. Decline. Vegetarian. Biology.
That's a tough one. Biology.
Recommended. Zookeeper. Placement. Observation. Gun town. Equip. Surgery. Specialized. I skipped specialized.
Good job.
And so we
Hold on,
just
I
did
have to do my calculation.
just flipping the paper.
All right, let's give this one a try, okay? All right, slowly, not too fast, okay? Go for it.
Palace, surroundings, specular, adventurous, refreshing, nightfall, rainfall, belongings, consciousness, tension, cramped, rampagging,
Rampaging.
Roused, trapped, thunderbolt, destruction, woodpile, restore, ranger, camp, injured, mechanic, thrasher, research, civilization.
All right. All right, I think we are going to stop there. All right, awesome. That was an amazing job. That was an amazing job. Good job. All right. I'm going to write that down here. Okay, so we have you starting and let's see. Yeah, that was awesome, Sophia. Great job. right, I'll fill all that in after. You ready for our next one?
Yes.
Okay. Let me see my checklist. Okay.
After, can I go to the bathroom? After we do this.
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds good.
Because I know that we're gonna do it, so I knew that like because I can still hold it unless it was like an emergency.
Got it. Sounds good. Yeah, if there is an emergency, just let me know. All right. All right. Now we're going to go into our oral reading passages. Okay, so these are going to be different stories, different level stories that you're going to read, and then answer some questions about them. Okay, and I'm going to listen as you're reading. Yeah, it starts easy and it gets harder. Okay.
Okay. I think that the easy ones I definitely will pass.
Yeah, and don't worry, it's not about passing or failing. We're just seeing where you are so we can keep growing, right?
In my school, there was a lot of good readers and there were just a little people that like had a little stuff.
Yeah.
But mostly the people like they knew. I was the highest reader in the class, the first grade and second grade.
Alrighty. Okay, so these are your copies, okay? So these are the ones that you're going to read, and I have my own copies over here where I'm going to be making all my silly little ones, okay? So, give me a sec. All right. So you are going to read these stories out loud and then answer questions about them, okay?
Does it matter like if I like know how to?
Did you put one in order? Are these in order? Hold on. You might have switched passages. There's just a lot of paper in this, so forgive me, Sophia. There's like papers all over the place.
This fire will look. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any single.
Oh, here we go. Okay, these two are just, we'll hold these to the side. I think these are just the two easier ones that I didn't print out. All right, here we go.
They're just garden.
You can leave it to the side just in case, but I think those are the levels that are below yours. All right.
Because of course, if it's the level below me,
Yeah, we won't. We'll keep skipping.
yeah.
Oh.
This is okay.
Okie dokie. You ready?
Mhm.
All right. Do you ever help your mom or dad clean up the house? How do you feel when you want to do something fun and your mom or dad want you to work?
Like sad, like a little bit angry.
Feel angry? Why do you feel angry?
It's just like I really want to like play, like I just have to work. It's tired.
Oh man, I get it. We all have to pull our own weight though, right? All right, so you are going to read this story about how Ben helped his mom. Okay, read the title and then you may read.
Ben helps his mom. Ben was sad. He wanted to go to the park with the other children, but his mom said he had to stay home. Ben's grandma was coming to see his family. He had to help clean the house. Ben had to put away his toys. He had to make his bed. He had to move the chairs. Then Mom cleaned the floor. Then he had to watch his baby brother while Mom baked the cake. At last, Grandma's car was coming down the road. She got out of the car. She had a big box. Ben heard a noise. It came from the box. It sounded like a box.
Good job. You did that one perfectly.
Are we done with this one?
We are.
Then I can put it aside.
All right. You ready for the second one?
Yep.
So have you ever been to camp? What is camp like?
It's fun. There's lots of activities. There's a lot of mosquitoes.
Yeah.
It's like an adventure sometimes.
Very cool.
When it rains, one time we went camping and it started raining.
That does not sound
But our tent, good thing that there wasn't like holes in the ceiling. It was only on the window. So we had windows, so we just closed it. There was a little bit of water getting in, but not like falling on top of it.
That sounds crazy.
But then we also had to put a tarp on top just to make sure that.
All right. Ready?
Mhm.
So read the story to find out why Danny is so excited about going to camp this year. Read the title and then continue. Go ahead.
Danny goes to camp. Danny is very happy this week. This is the first day of camp. Last year Danny went to camp. This year he could spend nights at camp. He's going to stay a whole week, just like his brother. Last night Danny packed his clothes. This morning he dressed and brushed his teeth. When he went to the kitchen, Danny's dad gave him some eggs and toast, but Danny was too happy to eat. Danny's dad showed him to the camp. The trip seemed like it would take forever. Finally, they came to the camp. There were hundreds of boys and girls dressed up in blue and yellow shorts, blue shorts and yellow shirts.
Tell us.
As soon as the car stopped, Danny saw his friend Joe. Joe told him he would be sleeping in the same tent. Danny knew this would be a great week.
Good job. Awesome. Okay.
Sorry. The back.
All right. You ready for the next one?
Yes. Bye-bye. Danny goes to camp. There's two pages stuck together.
All right. You should have Kay's Island.
Yep.
All right. So, what is an island? What would it be like to live on an island?
Maybe fun.
So, what is an island? Remember to answer both questions.
Okay, so an island is like somewhere like in the middle of the ocean or something. It doesn't have to be in the middle, but like somewhere in the ocean or like a lake or something.
Mm-hmm.
So people that sometimes they live there, so they ride a boat there. They have like boats and stuff, so they just ride a boat to their island, and then they have like houses there, like a beach house.
Nice.
So they can live there. Sometimes people just like rent them and just stay there for a little bit.
Okay, and then what would it be like to live on an island?
Maybe fun. Maybe a little bit scary because the waves might let the house.
All right, good answer. All right, in this story, Kay lives on an island. Read to find out what it's like for Kay. Remember, read the title and then keep going.
Kay lives on an island far out.
Remember to read the title. Good.
Kay lives on an island far out in the ocean. You might think that it would be fun to live on an island, but Kay is miserable. Kay hasn't seen her friends in a year. There's no one to play with. There's no one to talk with. There isn't even a school. Why has Kay's family chosen such a lonely life? Kay's parents study animals that only live in the harbor of this island. But Kay's dad knows how unhappy Kay is. He wants to do something to make her happy. Kay's dad discovered a new kind of fish. It has bright orange fins and a blue tail. Dad named his unusual fish after Kay. He called the fish Kayfish. It hides in the seaweed. It only comes out in the morning and at night. Kay's dad takes his underwater camera to harbor every day. He hopes to capture cavefish on film. Maybe someday his dad will learn enough about cavefish, then cavefish can go back to the ocean.
Keep going.
Then she can see her old friends again. Kay hopes that they will come soon.
Good job.
Are we gonna do all the way to the last?
We'll see. I just have them there just in case.
You're gonna see like how good I am until
Yep, push
if I struggle on some of them, then if I like don't know how to read anywhere, then you're gonna like that will be the farthest.
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And just make sure I mark down our time.
We're doing an hour and 15 minutes today.
All right. Yeah. So we're gonna do the questions here, and then all right. So I have about 8 questions. Okay, for that text.
This time?
Mm-hmm. So, where was Danny going?
What? This?
Yeah. No, where was he going?
In the this time? The kilos on the Danny was on a camera.
I'm sorry. Hold on. All right, Sophia. So yes, we're gonna go back to Danny goes camping. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. So can you grab that passage for me?
Yep.
And you can go ahead and reread it.
Danny goes to camp. Danny is very happy this morning. This is the first day of camp. Last year Danny went to camp. This year he just spent nights at camp. He's going to stay a whole week, just like his brother. Last night Danny packed his clothes. This morning he dressed and brushed his teeth. Then he went to the kitchen. Danny's dad gave him some eggs and toast, but Danny was too happy to eat. Danny's dad drove him to camp. The trip seemed like it would take forever. Finally, they came to a camp. There were hundreds of boys and girls dressed in yellow suits. As soon as the car stopped, Danny saw his friend Joe. Joe told him he would be sleeping in the same tent. Danny knew this would be a great week. The end.
Okay. All right. So where was Danny going?
Danny, he was going to an overnight camp.
Good job. How is this year's camp different from last year's?
Because he's sleeping there this year. Last year he's sleeping.
Okay. How long will Danny be at camp? All right, without.
A week?
Okay, good. Why couldn't Danny eat his breakfast?
Because he was too excited.
Good. How did Danny get to camp?
His dad drove him.
How do you know this was a big camp?
A big camp?
Mhm.
Because they said that there was a lot of people in blue shorts and yellow shirt.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How did Danny feel about sleeping in the tent with Joe?
Happy. Excited.
Good. Why does Danny think this will be a great week?
Because Tim and Joe was in the same tent and he saw lots of people having fun.
Good. Good job. Awesome. Right. That was awesome. All right. Now what we did.
Were you done with this one?
Yes. Right, we can do this next one. Cave Island Home.
Cave Island Home. Where's that?
Let's see. Oh, those are all the ones you've read already, right? These are still the ones.
Yeah.
Okay, they're still in order. Yes. All right. Go ahead. So you're gonna read it, and then we're gonna answer some questions. Okay. Go ahead and read.
Read this thing.
Yes. Go ahead.
Cave Island. Cave lives on an island far out in the ocean. You may think that I would respond to it, but Cave knows. Cave hasn't seen her friends in a year. There's no one to play with or to talk to. There isn't even a school. Why has Cave's family chosen such a lonely life? Cave's parents study animals that only live in the harbor of this island. But Cave's dad knows how unhappy Cave is. He wants to do something to make her happy. Kay discovers a new kind of fish. It has a bright orange fin and a blue tail. Dad named this unusual fish after Kay. He calls it cavefish. It hides in the seaweed. It only comes out in the morning and at dusk. Kay's dad takes his underwater camera to harbor every day. He hopes to capture the cavefish on film. Maybe someday her dad will learn enough about the cavefish, then Kay can go back to her old school. Then she can see all her old friends again. Kay hopes that day will come home soon.
All right.
Will come soon.
All right. Come take a seat. So we're gonna have some questions, okay?
Okay.
Where does Kay live?
On the island.
Okay. Good. Is Kay unhappy, or why is Kay unhappy?
Kay is unhappy because.
Did we state in?
Oh, because she can't see her friends.
Good. Good job. How long has Kay's family lived on the island? How long has Kay's family lived on the island?
I forgot.
Okay. Why do Kay's parents want to live on the island?
So that they can learn more about the cave. Well, what they need.
Good. Okay. Why do you think Kay's father plans to name his discovery after her?
Because they're staying there because that's their daughter's name, and because they love their daughter, or because like their daughter wants to go back, so they want to remind them that they're.
Good. Okay. What color is the fish that Kay's father discovers?
A blue tail.
Good. And?
An orange body.
Good job. Good job. Why is it so hard for Kay's father to take a picture of the cavefish?
Because he hides in the seaweed and it only comes up in nighttime and when it they might not be awake super early in the morning or super
Good job.
dark at night.
And why does Kay want to go back to her old home?
So that she can see her friends and go to school. Well, mostly because she can see her friends.
Good job.
Friends.
All right, so great. Let's try one more level, okay? You have Jessie Champion Skater in front of you.
Jessie.
So let me get my timer ready. All right, you're going to read this one as well. You're going to read the title and then the story. But first, please answer, what is ice skating?
Ice skating is where you basically roller skating except you do it in ice.
Okay.
So you have to put these ice skates on, and they have like pointy things that help you be able to slide. And if you need help, there's red. So you basically just slide on on the ice.
Very cool. All right, so read this story to find out about an ice skater named Jessie.
Jessie champion skate.
Good.
More than anything, Jessie wanted to be a champion skate. She can't remember a time she didn't want to skate or a time she didn't want to be the best. Jessie began skating instructing when she was 3 years old in her first ice show. She played the part of the ladybug. She still remembers a red and black spotted costume. Most of all, Jessie remembers the audience clapping for her approval of her first performance. Jessie didn't have much time for ice shows anymore. Now she must contest for ages 6 to 12. By the time she was 8, Jessie was the junior state champion. Now that she's 13, Jessie competes with adults. She is the state champion in ice skating. Last week, a sport writer wrote an article about Jessie's performance. It said, she was a brilliant young athlete. It said her skating showed confidence and grace. Jessie thought about the countless falls she had taken to each jump. Looked perfect. She didn't feel very graceful or confident. Next week, Jessie will represent the state in a national meet. This will be the first time she has skated at this level. She hopes all her practice and hard work will pay off. Jessie hopes that her confidence and grace will help her win.
Good job. All right. So
Can I go to the bathroom now?
can we just do the questions for this question?
Sure.
Okay. All right. What does Jessie want to be?
She wants to be a champion ice skater.
Yes. Why doesn't Jessie have time to be in ice shows anymore?
Because she's competing for a champion ice skater, and she used to be doing it for the junior champion ice skate.
When did Jessie start taking skating lessons?
When she was 3.
Good. How did Jessie know the audience liked her first performance?
Because they were clapping.
Good.
Her full fall.
Oh. How old is Jessie now?
13.
Nice. Why doesn't Jessie feel graceful?
I forgot.
Why did the sports writer describe Jessie as brilliant?
Because she was super good at ice skating, and she was nice.
Okay. What level of competition will Jessie be in next week?
The state champion.
Right. it's a good level to grasp.
Yes.
I wanted to try. Now I'm gonna do this passage. You want to use the bathroom? Take a break, and then I'm gonna read this passage to you, and you're gonna answer the same questions after. Sure, you could do a 5-minute. Go for it. Okay. All right, Sophia. Ready?
Mhm.
All right. So we're gonna stop at this level here, and I'm going to read to you.
The rest.
Yeah.
You need my.
Or you know what? Actually, let's do another level. Let's try it.
Okay.
Okay. We have some time, and I wanted to see where we can push you to. Cool.
Okay. I
All right.
think I can do this one.
This will probably be
Oh,
your
we just did Jesse Champion Skater, right?
right.
So,
So
oh,
we're
it's
gonna
another camping.
Ted's camping trip. Okay. All right. All right. So, what is it like to go camping? What kinds of things do people do when they go camping?
I'm just trying to think of a different thing.
Okay.
They roast marshmallows.
Ooh, nice.
They play in the nature.
Okay.
Sometimes they learn how to make fires.
Cool.
Like survival.
Nice. All right. So read this story to find out what happened to Ted and his family when they went camping.
Ted's family was one.
Hold on. Remember to read the title, Annie.
Camping. Ted's family was taking one last camping trip before school. They found a perfect campsite. It was just where the clear stream trickled into Green Lake. The surroundings were ideal. Ted and his brothers could swim to their heart's content. They could row into a hidden cove along the shore. It was a perfect place to fish or relax. The first 2 days were great, with spectacular sunrises and adventure days. The nights were cool and refreshing just before nightfall on the third day. A rainfall began. Everyone joked and laughed as they packed their belongings. But the second day of continuous rain, tensions rose. The 4 boys grew tired of sharing their cramped tent. Late that night, Ted awakened by a loud crash. He realized he was floating. Their quiet stream had been a rampant crash. He realized he was floating. River. Had been a rampant river, and their tent had been washed into it. Ted rouses his brother and His brother and they trashed about in the darkness as they struggled to pull themselves onto the river bank. Streaks of lightning flashed across the sky. Thunderbolts shook the earth. The storm raged through the night. Near daybreak, the lightning and thunder ceased. The brothers could see a path of destruction left by the storm. The huge oak across the stream had been struck down. Now it was no more than a jumbled wood pile. The canoes had been tossed about the shore like toys. They worked hard all night to restore their campsite. During lunch, a park ranger came by to see if they were okay. He told them a camper had been injured when a tree was hit by lightning and fell on his tent. Ted and his brothers were lucky to have escaped with only scratches and bruises.
Good job.
This is way more intense than the other.
That's okay. All right. I'm going to ask you some questions, okay? And then I'm going to read it to you after, right?
Okay. Was that our last one?
Almost.
Like of this, the reading.
Yes.
Can I put all them to the side?
All right. Why did Ted and his family think the campsite was perfect?
Because it had this one.
Okay. What were some of the things that Ted and his brothers liked to do? Okay. Why don't I read the passage to you and then we will do our questions, okay? So you can follow along if you'd like to. Ted's camping trip. Ted's family was taking one last camping trip before school started. They found the perfect campsite. It was just where a clear stream trickled into a placid green lake. The surroundings were ideal. Ted and his brothers could swim to their heart's content. They could row into hidden coves along the shore. It was a perfect place to fish and relax. The first 2 days were great, with spectacular sunrises and adventurous days. The nights were cool and refreshing, but before nightfall on the third day, a rainfall began. Everyone joked and laughed as they packed their belongings. But by the second day of continuous rain, tensions rose. The 4 boys grew tired of sharing their cramped tent. Late that night, Ted was awakened with a loud crash. He realized he was floating. Their quiet stream had become a rampaging river, and their tent had been washed into it. Ted roused his brothers, and they thrashed about into the darkness as they struggled to pull themselves out to the riverbank. Streaks of lightning flashed across the sky. Thunderbolts shook the earth. The storm raged through the night. Near daybreak, the lightning and thunder ceased. The brothers could see the path of destruction that was left by the storm. The huge oak across the stream had been struck down. Now it was no more than just a jumbled wood pile. Their canoes had been tossed about the shore like toys. They worked hard all morning to restore their campsite. During lunch, a park ranger came by to see if they were okay. He told them a camper had been injured when a tree was hit by lightning and fell on his tent. Ted and his brothers were lucky to have escaped with only scratches and bruises. All right. So now I'm going to ask again, why did Ted and his family think the campsite was perfect?
Can I use this page? Or
Just try to recall it from what I just read.
because the surroundings were ideal.
Good. Good answer.
And they thought that the river wasn't going to open again.
What were some of the things that Ted and his brothers liked to do?
We would like to swim and go canoe riding and fishing.
Good, good, perfect. What was the loud crash that Ted heard?
Lightning or thunder hitting the ground and the ground shaking.
Good job. What awoke Ted?
The loud crash.
What was crashing?
The loud lightning or thunder.
How did the stream become dangerous?
Because it was taking their.
How did the stream become a dangerous
river?
river?
Because it turned into a lake and then everything was like flooding and stuff.
Okay. But how?
Because it rained and there was storm.
Okay. What did the brothers see when the storm was over?
A knocked over tree.
Anything else?
No. I don't remember.
Okay. Thanks. Now, why did the park ranger come to the campsite?
To make sure that they were okay.
And why did Ted and his brothers have to work so hard to restore the campsite?
So they could still camp there.
What was that?
So they could still camp there.
Okay. All right. All right, I think we're going to end it here because we're at an hour and 5. So next time we'll do an hour and 10. Okay? Sound good? All right. I'll end our recording.